Today I'm going to be talking about why support groups suck. Mostly. Hi guys, Daz here. Thanks so much for coming back. I really appreciate all your lovely faces out there watching me. No big ego at all. I make daily videos on mental health, personal development, everything in the middle there to hopefully help you to change your mind, change your life. So what's the reason that support groups suck? Mostly.
I don't know.
Well, it's something else that I'm really passionate about. So let me explain. First, we've got to go back to some real basics.
Flashback.
Now, human psychology and social dynamics are two huge subjects, neither of which I'll be covering today. However, I am touching on some principles of those two subjects to kind of explain and give some background to my point with this video. Us as humans are essentially very tribal, which makes us extremely social beings.
I love this.
Therefore, we like to be in groups of like-minded people or people that are very similar to us. This has a number of powerful effects, but one of which, and the one I want to talk about today, is if you are different to the social group you're in because your aspirations are different to those of the group, you'll get an overwhelming feeling of discomfort or just something's not quite right. And there's really just two solutions to that problem. First one is to leave that social group, and the other one is to become the same as that social group. You're then welcomed, you're then part of the social group, i.e. you've become the same and you feel more comfortable because you're not different to them.
End of flashback.
So that's pretty simple, right? Well, no, not really.
Wait, what?
And this is where it gets a bit complex. It all depends on whether the social group you're in, or the group you're in, is very static or active about its own aspirations and where it wants to go.
Say what?
Daz, are you just talking a load of random again? What are you talking about?
Don't worry, I'm not. Stay with me. There is a point to this. Here it is.
Just then.
Now, the best way for me to explain this is with an example. Now, if you want to start running and actively improve your fitness, it's likely you'll join a running club. Seems pretty simple, pretty standard. And this running club is likely to be actively following its aspirations. People in the club are trying to become better runners, fitter, whatever it may be, but they're actively doing something. They're going running, they're training, dietary stuff and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to improve your running or your fitness, you join a running club, and then the aspirations of the club are actively doing something to improve running. So therefore, your aspirations kind of match the aspirations of the running club. You may not be a runner when you join, but then because their aspirations are moving forward and becoming better runners, you will naturally be part of that and become a better runner. We're all Gucci.
Good. Mighty good.
The other option is you leave the group because you're not a runner, they're runners, and you don't feel comfortable. So as I said, the options are you either leave the group or become part of and the same as the group. Now, what generally happens is the social pull of the group you're in is often much greater than your desire or your want to leave the group, because we are naturally tribal, we want to be included. So if you join a running group and you're not a runner and you feel I'm a bit slow, you will naturally, after a period of time, become a better runner, and then you're joined into that group and you'll feel more comfortable and accepted.
What's the worst that could happen?
Now let me know in the comments if you've ever joined some kind of group, social group, sports club or something like that, and after a period of time of being there, you've become very similar to the people in the group, because that's the sort of social pull, as I said, of that. So let me know in the comments if that's happened to you. And if you like this kind of content and want to see more videos from me, don't forget to smash like and subscribe, because that also lets me know that you like this particular content, and then I can keep making more videos. Some other great examples of more relevant to this video support groups that are actually doing really good are things like Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, Gamblers Anonymous, all the general anonymous gangs. Not too sure about Anonymous, but who knows. Part of their structure is to improve. It's to help you to stop drinking or taking drugs or gambling. There was an active program, this 12 steps program, to help you to then move through your challenges and get out the other side. And so you join that group, of course everyone in that group is probably having a similar problem to you, but the group has active aspirations to change and to move you from where you are now to another position where you're not drinking, taking drugs, gambling, whatever it may be. And so whilst you're in a group of like-minded or similar people, there is an active program to move you forward and to change. So they are also amazing and all Gucci.
Yay. Ugh, you're gonna cheer for me like that? Louder. Yay. Louder. Yay. Louder! Yay.
So how does this relate to group sucking, mostly? If you look at online groups, there's so many. There's forums and Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, etc. There's thousands, let's be honest. Now with these, the group is apparently aspiring to change and make changes and make you feel better on what the particular thing is. However, because of just the very nature of it, it's an online group, so it's something you're just reading and writing. There's no sort of social interaction with people. There's no actual active movement forward to change, to improve, to help.
No, sir, I don't like it.
The problem you end up there is a ton of people who are all the same, some better, some worse, in a particular situation or condition, all just basically talking to each other about their condition. There's no active movement of progression or aspiration. And so you end up this huge pity party of everyone the same, just basically bitching and moaning about what's going on and how bad their situation is. And that's it. There's no movement. And so it's really, really difficult to then take any kind of inspiration or make any changes when you're in this kind of situation and this environment. And what happens is, someone will put something, there'll be a comment saying, I'm in the same situation, it's also for me. Someone else comments, yeah, similar for me, have you tried this? No, I haven't because that never works, well, etc, etc. And it's basically full of people just confirming the situation of someone else to that person, and then other people confirming their own situation to people, and it just goes round and round and round and round. It's the sort of self-fulfilling prophecy, one big massive pity party of no one actually moving on, because you've got this place where you can feel together, tribal, remember, but it doesn't go anywhere from a progression, from a growth, from an aspiration perspective.
This is worse than the time the raccoon got in the copier.
So it's nice to feel part of that community, that support group, forum, whatever it may be. Because of the tribalness, you're surrounded by people who are like you, so you feel very much connected. Because if you've got something like mental health and you're in society, yes, it's a lot better now, but it's still possibly a bit stigmatized, that you're now in this group with a ton of other people who've also got the same sort of problem or similar problem, so they can relate to you, can all relate to each other, and you feel much better because you've got this like-minded gang of people. But the problem is, it's not going anywhere, it's not helping, there's no movement out, and so it's just gonna continue. I've looked down some of the timelines and posts in some of these groups, and I felt more depressed than when I started. Point would be to join the group to get support, but because it's just negative, just crap, just... I'm not being overtly horrible, it's people pouring out their feelings and their story and that kind of thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is everyone else is doing the same thing, and so it just grows this pot of pity and sadness without any direction to change. That's the problem.
I hoped it wasn't so obvious.
Now, I know this sounds a bit judgy, it's not meant to be, but the problem is, if you're depressed, the last place you want to be around is a load of other depressed people. Obviously, why would you? It's going to keep you down or make you feel worse. You want to be around happier people. That's why I have such a problem with these groups.
Everybody's documenting it.
Now, here comes the real controversial bit. Brace yourself. Haters, get ready. This is the bit you've been waiting for. The things like weight loss clubs. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the kind of thing where you join. I'm not totally sure what you're paying money for, but you pay some money, you join, and you go each week to be weighed. Clearly not possible to weigh yourself at home. Don't know why. But you go each week, get weighed in front of everyone, and they sort of ring a bell if you've done well, etc. And then you sit around in a group talking about recipes of low-fat foods or whatever the program is, with a load of other people who want to lose weight. and talking about, you know, the struggle and how you might have, you know, been a bit naughty this week and had some chocolate cake because it was your son's birthday or whatever it is. But it's just a discussion of people who want to lose weight about problems of people who want to lose weight. Now, the aspiration of the group is to lose weight. That's the whole point of it. But the active part of that, I question. I really do question, because what is the active part?
We just don't know, we don't know.
So just think about it. You pay your money to join. You then go every week and pay money each week. You get weighed. Then you sit around and talk about weight loss subjects. But there's no active plan as such. Yes, there's meal plans and points and sins and whatever program it is. But the problem I have with it is that if you're overweight and you want to lose weight, you're basically surrounding yourself with a load of other people who want to lose weight constantly. So it's like if you're depressed, you're surrounding yourself around with a load of other depressed people. It's the same thing. Because of the tribal nature we have and the social pull, if you're in a group of people that are the same as you, it's very difficult to leave or to change. That's the problem. So whilst the theory is you join the group and you're all together, you're going to share your struggles and you're going to get together and talk about stuff and lose the weight, the odd one or two people do, don't get me wrong. But have you ever noticed, if you've ever been in one of these, that most people don't? It's a group of similar people, and when you're in a group of similar people, you all want to stay the same as everybody else because it's a tribal thing. To change or to leave is difficult, and that's the fundamental problem with those sort of weight loss clubs, groups.
Oh yeah.
If you went to a group of super fit, thin people and you were overweight, yes, you'd feel very uncomfortable going there, but in a relatively decent amount of time, you will want to be the same as that group, that social group, that tribe. And so what you'll end up doing is, whether it's eating different foods, exercising, whatever it is, because there'll be much more of a pull for you to become the same as them than leave. Controversial, probably, but I think it's thought more than said. I don't know, I'm maybe skirting on very thin ice here of being controversial, but that's not the point. Why support groups suck. Mostly. So to sum up, I think I've explained fairly well why support groups suck mostly. And it's all down to that tribal nature we have as humans and that social group power, that basically being in a group of people, it's hard to move out or to change. And so if you want to change, don't join a group of people that are exactly like you, because it'll be painfully difficult to change. And this is why you end up saying the same sort of things, wearing the same sort of clothes, and just behaving the same of the people you're most around, whether that's your friends or your work colleagues. And if you think about it, how often have you started to say phrases or things or certain ways of talking or wearing certain things or whatever it may be, the same as the people you spend most time with? It's just a natural thing, it's a tribal thing, and we all do it. And yeah, as I said, it's not my opinion, it's just human nature. So that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this slightly controversial video, but I wanted to get that point across because it's something, again, I truly, really feel passionate about. If you have got some value of this, don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and also that will help you to know when I've got a new video come out, which is every day, obviously, nearly. Now all it's time to say is, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so down here, and check out my other video down here. And remember, live your best life. See you next time. Bye-bye.